Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Sundial. I've talked about them quite a bit here on the channel. Looks like the last time I talked about them was on June 2nd, and still one of my MJ plays. A lot of people out there have this one. A lot of people are holding this one. So it's had a lot of volatility here in the last couple months. Here's what it looks like over the last 3 months. Had this nice run up, $1.62, and then it was just down below $1 for quite some time, and should have bought some right there on the dip, but and then it run up here last week, kind of a nice run up, but kind of coming down here over the last couple days. So we'll see what this one does. On the 3rd, it hit the peak, and then kind of dipped here again. So just as long as we can stay above that dollar point, I'll be happy. So but it looks like it's having a pretty decent day today, up 7-8 cents at times, up almost 8, 9, 10%. So we'll see what it does here throughout the rest of the day. But ticker SNDL, and as you can see, I have it here on Robinhood. If you don't know what this one is, it's an MJ play. Been around since 2006. 418 million average shares, and I've seen this in the billions at time. This is a heavily traded stock, $1.73 billion market cap, and a 50% hold and a 50% sell. So I think it used to be more so on the sell out here at one point in time. I'd have to review my past videos, but still not too great of ratings on this one, and earnings coming up on expected August 10th after hours. Last time I bought some was on 420. I thought everything was going to run up, and it kind of did the opposite, but I got in a couple more shares. I wish they were in the 70-cent range, but it did help my cost basis get it down. I'd like to get that down to right at $1, but can't do it now. So like I said, hopefully this one stays up above $1, and we'll go from there, and hope for better days with this one. So as time goes on, so here's a different look at bar chart. So the opened at 113, a high of 122, previous close at $1.09. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Moving on here, while Sundial growers and Tilray are flying high this week. This is actually from last week, Friday, but still kind of some relevant information in here. So I've talked about Sundial, Tilray quite a few times on the channel. Have serious investor favorites this week. The former was up 23%, just a few hours short of Friday's market close, while the latter had advanced by 13%. Both are getting lifts from everyone's favorite stock market driver these days, Reddit group Wall Street Bets, but I think there's more to the story than that. So we'll see what else happens with this one. The MJ industry is consolidating, and Sundial and Tilray are two of the leading consolidators. Just this week, a spread of deals were announced. These include Green Thumb's acquisition of Massachusetts medical MJ specialist Liberty Compassion for an undisclosed amount, and Harborside's nearly $44 million purchase of Subline, a fairly well-known brand in the retail pot world. So we'll see what happens here this week. Maybe we'll get back up to the 130, 140 range. Who knows on this one? So if you have Sundial, go ahead and list that in the comments, along with your cost basis and how many shares you have, and any other favorite MJ plays out there that you may have, and we'll all compare notes together. We're currently witnessing a kind of arms race, a move to scoop up assets in order to build economies of scale and broaden market reach. This is enhancing the popularity of Sundial and Tilray, both of which have flattened up recently through acquisitions. One of the two bull runs, Tilray looks to be more sustainable, combined with the former Afria. The company is now strong across numerous promising segments. Sundial is the midst of transitioning from a wholesale company to a retailer and brand operator, but it hasn't yet proven it can make the new business model work. So only time will tell, and might just have to have some more patience with this one. So I believe I got into this one last fall, maybe October, November. I think I was getting into it at 50 and 60 cents, and it was supposed to run up to $1, and I did options on it, and it just kind of proved me wrong, just kind of a slap in the face, and never did anything, and never made it to $1, and my options expired, and then I think a week or two later it hit $1. So why Sundial growers stock rose 12% in May. And this is also dated on the 5th. Included quarterly results and acquisition for more meme stock mania. For investors watching the stock itself, the month seemed like a roller coaster, and you can say that again about this one. Should rename Sundial roller coaster. That's the way I feel about this one sometime. Overall, the month of May, Sundial shares rose 12.3%, according to data provided by S&P Global Market Intelligence. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. But a lot of these retail traders have been driving up the shares of the so-called meme stocks, including Sundial. So we'll wait and see what happens with all those. And Sundial grower stock is a speculative trade, not an investment, and this is dated on the 4th. So Sundial is down about 37% since I last wrote about it in March. There's a bitter pill for the bull-minded retail investors who remain committed to the company, but it has to be music to the ears to those equally passionate investors driving up the short interest in Sundial. And so we'll see how far they can drive it up and go from there. So presently trading at $1.10, and I believe we're already higher than that. So this is a day-old article. But even though the stock is down from its previously lofty price of more than $2 per share, Sundial remains a very active stock among the retail crowd. As I showed you in the volume, it's been that way for months. I say that because, as I brought up in the article, Sundial is virtually ignored by institutional investors. And so if they could get into it, who knows what would happen with this one. So when I first got into it, there was a lot of talk about it going up to a $4 or $5 range, but still haven't seen that happen, so we'll just have to wait and see. But and this kind of goes over earnings, why many MJ companies continue to deliver terrible earnings. You would imagine the investors would be over the moon when it comes to Sundial's quarterly check-in with investors. And so, trying to get earnings up, they've been raising cash, doing acquisitions. So, like I said, maybe just have to be patient with this one, and someday it'll go up. So, to the moon, I'm holding Sundial, you hold yours too. And from what I can see, everybody is holding this one, so I don't know if anybody's trading this one, or so the short squeeze repost from a different subreddit. Forget the Lamborghinis, think bigger. Nothing but facts about Sundial. So over here to StockTwits, currently at $1.20. Could have got into it at 14 cents and a high of $3.96. Push the wall down, let's go. So trying to break through the wall. Most viral weed stock in 2020. So that's about right. Just added 2,000. High short interest, $3 or $5. Perfect squeeze chart formation on the charts. Bullish Yoda nuts. Gotta love it. Over here to tip ranks. Currently Sundial at a moderate sell. 85. I think it's been at 85. High of $1.40. Low of 45. That's all that I have on Sundial. If you have any more information on this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis. And it'd have to get back down to the dollar or below range, which I'm hoping it doesn't, before I buy any more, but at least I'm still in the green a little bit. So not what I was at one point, but green is, a little bit of green's better than any red, so I will take it. But if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would really help out the channel, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.